Good evening. This is the post-market recap by AGI Era. Today is Tuesday, February 24th, 2026, and it is shortly after 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The scoreboard and technicals. The U.S. session has officially wrapped, and the price action suggests a broad-based advance, with technology leading the charge. The S&P 500 finished the day up 0.76%, settling at 6890.07. Technically, the index is now trading firmly above the 6,800 psychological level, demonstrating continued bullish momentum and a solid close above its previous session. The Nasdaq 100 surged, closing 1.08% higher at 24,977.45, once again showcasing the market's appetite for growth and innovation. The Dow Jones Industrial Average finished up by 370.44 points, closing at 4,4914.5, indicating a healthy participation from blue-chip stocks. Crucially, trading volume today was lighter than average, which implies that while the market saw gains, this move might lack the heavy institutional conviction typically associated with sustained breakouts. It suggests a more cautious yet still positive sentiment. Market breadth and sentiment. Under the surface, the fear gauge, or VIX, was not available in our data feed, but given the market's upward trajectory, it likely remained subdued, suggesting this was a controlled advance rather than a panic-driven rally. We are seeing a clear, albeit moderate, divergence in sector performance. Money flowed noticeably into technology, XLK, up 1.29%, while utilities, XLU, also saw gains, up 1.11%. This relatively narrow spread, with tech slightly outperforming, indicates that investors are favoring growth, but are not entirely abandoning safety, perhaps hedging against potential future volatility. The market is rewarding innovation, but with an underlying current of prudence. The primary driver of today's moves can be traced back to the broader macro environment, though specific bond market data for the 10-year Treasury yield was not available in our feed today. However, the CHA-US dollar index is up 0.17, trading at 97.81. This strengthening dollar, fueled by positive economic data such as improved U.S. consumer confidence in February and marginally increasing wholesale inventories in December, could create headwinds for multinational corporations whose earnings are translated back into a stronger greenback. Meanwhile, crude oil is trading around 66.25 cents, slightly down 0.09% on the day. Oil prices are responding to a complex interplay of global supply dynamics and demand outlooks, with recent news of preliminary U.S. duties on solar imports and ongoing discussions around Trump-era tariffs adding layers of uncertainty to global trade flows. The AI and Tech Monitor. Turning to the leaders of this market, artificial intelligence and big tech, Nvidia finished the day up 0.63% at $192.07. Microsoft closed up 1.18% at $3. Apple climbed 2.255% to $272. Other significant movers within Magnificent Seven include Amazon, up 1.62% at $260, and Tesla, which surged 2.39% to $498. Alphabet was a slight laggard, down 0.19%. The strength in this group is notable because it underscores the market's continued conviction in the long-term growth prospects of these technology giants, despite some of the broader economic uncertainties. Apple's significant jump in particular suggests renewed investor confidence in its ecosystem and future product pipeline. After hours and look ahead. Looking at the after-hours tape right now, shares of Vir Biotechnology are moving significantly, up over 58% after hours, indicating a major catalyst, likely related to clinical trial results or regulatory news. Other active names include Nvidia, Apple, Alphabet, and Tesla, continuing their intraday momentum. As we pivot to tomorrow, the economic calendar does not present any major market-moving data releases. Investors should specifically watch for any further developments on global trade policy, particularly regarding tariffs, and continue to monitor the bond market for any shifts in yield expectations, which could quickly reprice growth stocks. The focus will remain on corporate earnings reports and any forward-looking guidance that can provide clarity in this dynamic environment. That is your comprehensive closing update. We will see you tomorrow morning for the overnight brief. Disclaimer: this podcast is not financial advice. Data may be delayed or inaccurate. Always conduct your own due diligence.